as we said, guys, whenever you remove it, generally your safety position is to have your thumb on top of the flap. And when I'm ready to work, I'm going to pull my thumb under, lift it up, and then put my thumb on the trigger. There are different schools of thought. Some people like to have their thumb in there immediately the minute they're ready to use it. It is two different directions of muscle, so I think it's okay. I'm totally fine with pushing forward on the flange, but still having a space under my thumb between it and the trigger, and then when I want to work I have to put it down on the trigger. So training to be up versus down is very important. Also training to access it in case it's crooked and you're on the wrong side, teaching your hand blindly. So just picking it up in any position and teaching your hand to find this orientation is extremely important. So these basic fidget drills, feeling it and finding the opening will save your butt under conditions of stress. If it's holstered correctly and you have it in a holster, it's going to be quick to access. But if you're a civilian and you're keeping this in your purse, going for this in your purse in the conflict is going to be next to impossible. If you're going into a dangerous territory, have it in hand, like you're running with a hand weight. If you are not able to do this, to carry it comfortably in your hand on your keychain, many of them are made as keychains. If you can't have it in hand already, the likelihood of you getting it drawn fast enough is very, very low. Two ways of using it. I can have it in my retreated hand or I can have it in my forward hand. It's really up to you. I want to, under normal conditions, you might spray for longer periods, you might spray and follow, but it's important to have trigger control, so usually 2 to 3 seconds and then displacing. The very first thing to do is see in your alignment. I can align my hand and push up my flange, and then I'm ready to access the trigger. So you'll see, you'll get an idea of how it sprays. And you can get an idea of the amount of splash that is occurring as well. So just to give you an idea, off of 3 squirts, guys, you see this is fully contaminated, chest is covered everywhere, face is saturated. If we look behind at the wall, there's a good amount here on the wall. It's wet everywhere, splashed off the shoulders, his back is dripping, all right? So you would have this everywhere. Anybody next to them when sprayed could be contaminated, right? So just to give you an idea, if we look at a drill like this, if I'm close to the person and they're getting sprayed, I'm getting sprayed in the face, right? So I'm getting wetness in the face. The minute there's contact, there will be cross-contamination if you're close. I would never, under any circumstances, try to deploy the spray from a clinch distance. No matter how I couch my face, no matter how I turn my eyes away, no matter how I bridge and push them away, if I'm spraying at this distance, there will be cross-contamination. It's going to go back into my face, and if he is at all intuitive or trained, he'll immediately try to come up and rub his face into my eyes, which is a very common defensive tactic. So I would need to push to a distance before spraying. I want minimally about 1 meter, 1.5 meters, and as soon as I get out and spray, then I'm looking at displacement. So once I get comfortable with my spray line acquisition, the next thing I'm going to be looking at is displacing laterally while maintaining alignment. There is tremendous value, and it's a lot more cost efficient, to practice dry training, extension, showing the weapon, triggering, and then moving off to the side. You might go for 1 to 2 seconds of spray here, but as you move, you want to try to keep the line on the person's face. Terrible. Oh, this is the yeah, yeah, well. Nice. I'm going to try to avoid the head bonnet. Right in the eye.